I've tried a few AI drafting tools, and handling figures is always a pain point. How do you manage that?
So, one of the biggest challenges that are there with the typical AI-based pattern drafting tools is the flexibility in terms of generating or utilizing drawings.
I'd be very interested to see your approach.
So, I'm going to show you how Eety does it, which is much different from the way other tools enable you to do.
Where do we start the drawing process?
So once the understanding of the invention is done, let me just instruct that I want to draw. So I gave it the instruction that as the understanding is done, I don't want to do a prior art analysis or a reference patent. I want to actually start with the drawings first.
Okay, so how does it handle that specific request?
So now what the system is doing, it understands that we want to start with the drawing first. So it is generating a structured plan for the figures that would be needed for this particular invention and how exactly would it want to draw all the figures that are there. The first thing is actually to give you a plan for the drawings, which will cover the number of drawings, the type of drawings that each one of them will be. So whether it will be an environment drawing or a block diagram or a flowchart.
I imagine that takes a moment to process.
And it will take some time because it is thoroughly understanding the requirements of the invention, which can help build the drawings that are the most comprehensive to cover the invention that is there. It would take some time because it is going through each and every aspect of the invention, right from the problem statement till the novelty, to be able to determine those elements that are needed. So as you can see, it says that, okay, I have planned 5 figures. The first is an environment, which will give an operating environment for it. The second is a block diagram. The third is a flowchart. I can also go ahead and try to find out what exactly are the details of each of these.
Can we get more details on figure 1 so I have a better understanding?
Absolutely. Once I have asked for it, the details of the figure 1, it will generate and give me the entire description of figure 1 with all the components that it has listed so that we understand what exactly will be there in the figure that is there.
I see the breakdown it just generated.
Yes! So as you can see, it has given me the draft for the entire figure, that it will be a roadway environment where there will be vehicles, data collection devices, that is the smartphones and OBDs that will be there, a processing module, all those elements are present.
What happens when we are ready to move forward?
So let me ask that go ahead with the plan. Once I give it a go-ahead with the plan, it will sequentially start generating the images that were planned.
Can we choose to only generate specific figures instead of all of them?
Yes, I can also let it know that you should generate only the first 4 figures, or figure 1, 2, and 3. It will understand it. Right now, I have told it to go ahead with the plan, so it is executing the plan and generating all the 5 figures that actually it had listed
when
before.
The generation
so
begins?
This is what is happening. Once the drawings start being generated, you'll see that in your workspace.
Do I see them
and
as
each of the
they
drawings
finish?
sequentially would be present in that particular section as new
visible
drawings are created.
immediately?
So as you can see, that the first drawing has been generated and it is present there.
And the rest of the figure set?
Subsequently, other drawings, as they are generated, you will be able to see them as they get appended. As you can see, that now all the 6 drawings have been generated by AI, which I can go ahead and check.
Let's take a look at one of them.
So this is figure 2 that is there. So all the figures have been generated by the system.
What if I spot something that needs adjusting?
But what I can also do is that I can edit any one of the figures manually as well, or I can ask AI to actually change something in the figure.
Show me how the manual editing works.
So, for example, in this particular figure, if I want to make it editable and I want to edit something on my own, I can click the Edit button.
What does that process involve?
What it will do is that it will convert this particular image into a completely editable SVG file, which you can use to edit based upon your choice.
Is that an instantaneous conversion?
This will take some time because it is a complicated way to convert an image as is into an editable format wherein the text, the lines, and every single thing that you see in the image are actually something that can be edited by you on the go.
Roughly, how long does it take?
So we will have to wait for some time. It typically takes close to 3 minutes to convert a drawing, which is slightly complicated. It is faster for uncomplicated drawings.
Okay, it looks like it's finished.
As you can see that now this figure has become completely editable, so I can change anything that I want to change. And then I'll go ahead and save this file. So effectively now you have a drawing that you can edit as you go.
Can I edit the other figures like this as well?
You can do this for all of the drawings that are there.
What if I want to make structural changes to the flowchart?
Now, another way to actually utilize or modify the drawings is to utilize AI itself to be able to build this. So, for example, in my invention, if I do not want this entire flowchart and I want it to stop only at the transmit spike data, let me see how exactly this will be done through AI. So I've instructed it that as some part of it is happening only on the smartphone, so I would want it to stop there at the spiked data transmission. Also include a check AI is regenerating the image, as you can see, and it will adhere to the instructions that I have provided.
What if I need to bring in my own diagrams?
In case I want to add a figure of my own, there are multiple ways to do it. You can actually attach the figure from the chat, or you can go and add your figure from actually the upload button.
Can it handle rough sketches?
So if I want to, let's suppose, upload a rough sketch for a diagram, I can say that it is a rough one. If it is a final drawing, it will be considered as a final drawing.
Show me the chat method.
Let me do it through the chat, which is an easier way. So there is a rough image that I have. I want this image to be added after figure 3.
What image are we talking about?
So there is a rough image that I have uploaded. If you want to see what exactly does the rough image look like, it's a hand-drawn thing on a paper that I have drawn and provided to the AI system currently.
How does the system process that?
It is analyzing the entire image. So what it has done is it says it's a hand-drawn sketch and the image does not meet the formal patent requirement.
And what about the numbering order?
Secondly, what it also is saying that if I insert it as figure 4, as already 5 figures are there, the existing figure 4 and 5 will have to be moved.
Will it fix the numbering for me?
So this is what it is saying, that there will be a numbering ripple that will be there and it will handle it automatically. So let me ask it to redraw it. As you saw, an image was uploaded, which is just something very rough.
Yes, just a hand-drawn sketch. What does the system do with it?
So first, it is also determined that now figure 5 will become figure 6 and figure 4 will become figure 5.
So it automatically renumbers the subsequent figures?
So those also will be happening at the background while actually it is pending on the drawings that it is converting from the rough sketch. It has converted the rough drawing image that can be utilized in any compatible to a patent requirement.
That is quite clean. What is the system processing right now?
What it is doing now is that because figure 5 was actually first figure 4, so it will change the figures, the reference numerals accordingly, so that you do not have to manually remember to change these. These get auto-triggered and all the updates keep happening as they are required.
And how would it handle this if the detailed description was already drafted?
In case we already had the detailed description, then in that case, the system would have alerted that the detailed description of figure 4 and figure 5 will have to be changed, and it would have done it automatically. Currently, we do not have the detailed description yet, so only the images need to.
And update the numbering if we shift the figure order?
As you can see, initially, the figure 6 was actually figure 5. So now it has been converted into figure 6, and all